Agatha Christie quotes that will make you introspect. One must accept the fact that we have only one companion in this world, a companion who accompanies us from the cradle to the grave, our own self. Get on good terms with that companion, learn to live with yourself. Time is the best killer. It's very inconvenient to be loved. Nearly everyone has found that out, sooner or later. The fewer people who love you, the less you will have to suffer. No innocent person ever has an alibi. The truth, however ugly in itself, is always curious and beautiful to seekers after it. If one sticks too rigidly to one's principles, one would hardly see anybody. There is nothing more thrilling in this world, I think, than having a child that is yours, and yet is mysteriously a stranger. When the fact doesn't meet the theory, then let go the theory. Too much mercy often resulted in further crimes which were fatal to innocent victims who need not have been victims if justice had been put first and mercy second. Where large sums of money are concerned, it is advisable to trust nobody. The happy people are failures because they are on such good terms with themselves they don't give a damn. But surely for everything you love you have to pay some price. Many homicidal lunatics are very quiet, unassuming people, delightful fellows. There's too much tendency to attribute to God the evils that man does of his own free will. Any woman can fool a man if she wants to and if he's in love with her. Writing is a great comfort to people like me, who are unsure of themselves and have trouble expressing themselves properly. Things never come when they are expected. Intuition is like reading a word without having to spell it out. A child can't do that because it has had so little experience. A grown-up person knows the word because they've seen it often before. Fear is incomplete knowledge. Do you know, my friend, that each one of us is a dark mystery, a maze of conflicting passions and desire and aptitudes? Very few of us are what we seem. I don't think necessity is the mother of invention. Invention, in my opinion, arises directly from idleness, possibly also from laziness, to save oneself trouble. A weak man in a corner is more dangerous than a strong man. Nobody knows what another person is thinking. They may imagine they do, but they are nearly always wrong. Books are a habit-forming drug. A mother's love for her child is like nothing else in the world. It knows no law, no pity, it dares all things and crushes down remorselessly all that stands in its path. The tragedy of life is that people do not change. I like living. I have sometimes been wildly, despairingly, acutely miserable, racked with sorrow, but through it all I still know quite certainly that just to be alive is a grand thing. With thought, all problems can be resolved. You don't realize what fine fighting material there is in age. You show me anyone who's lived to over 70 and you show me a fighter, someone who's got the will to live. Good advice is always certain to be ignored, but that's no reason not to give it. An archaeologist is the best husband a woman can have. The older she gets, the more interested he is in her. To every problem, there is a most simple solution. It is really a hard life. Men will not be nice to you if you are not good looking, and women will not be nice to you if you are. Truth, however bitter, can be accepted and woven into a design for living. One doesn't recognize the really important moments in one's life until it's too late. Any coincidence is worth noticing. You can throw it away later if it is only a coincidence. Bitterness leads nowhere. It turns back on itself. It is the eternal cul-de-sac. It is a curious thought, but it is only when you see people looking ridiculous that you realize just how much you love them. Everything that has existed lingers in the eternity. Dogs are wise. They crawl away into a quiet corner and lick their wounds and do not rejoin the world until they are whole once more. Time does not dispose of a question, it only presents it anew in a different guise. Words are such uncertain things, they so often sound well but mean the opposite of what one thinks they do. An appreciative listener is always stimulating. I'm sure you have a theme, the theme of your life. You can embellish it or desecrate it, but it's your theme, and as long as you follow it, you will experience harmony and peace of mind. Courage is the resolution to face the unforeseen. Everyone is a potential murderer. In everyone there arises from time to time the wish to kill, though not the will to kill. Our weapon is our knowledge. But remember, it may be a knowledge we may not know that we possess. It's not a man's working hours that are important, it's his leisure hours. That's the mistake we all make. One of the luckiest things that can happen to you in life is, I think, to have a happy childhood. Everything must be taken into account. If the fact will not fit the theory, let the theory go. The saddest thing in life and the hardest to live through is the knowledge that there is someone you love very much whom you cannot save from suffering. One is alone when the last one who remembers is gone. Never go back to a place where you have been happy. Until you do, it remains alive for you. If you go back, it will be destroyed. The best time to plan a book is while you're doing the dishes. I learned that one can never go back, that one should not ever try to go back, that the essence of life is going forward. Life is really a one-way street, isn't it? The human face is, after all, nothing more nor less than a mask. The young people think the old people are fools, but the old people know the young people are fools. As life goes on, it becomes tiring to keep up the character you invented for yourself, and so you relapse into individuality and become more like yourself every day. Assumptions are dangerous things. If you place your head in a lion's mouth, then you cannot complain one day if he happens to bite it off. Never tell all you know, not even to the person you know best. What good is money if it can't buy happiness? You want beauty, said Hercules Poirot. Beauty at any price. For me, it is truth. I want always truth. One knows so little. When one knows more, it is too late. The human mind prefers to be spoon-fed with the thoughts of others, but deprived of such nourishment it will, reluctantly, begin to think for itself, and such thinking, remember, is original thinking and may have valuable results. For in the long run, either through a lie or through truth, people were bound to give themselves away. I have enjoyed greatly the second blooming. Suddenly you find, at the age of 50, say, that a whole new life has opened before you. One is left with the horrible feeling now that war settles nothing, that to win a war is as disastrous as to lose one. One never quite allows for the moron in our midst. The impossible could not have happened, therefore the impossible must be possible in spite of appearances. Be sure thy sin will find thee out. Don't think. That is the wrong way to bring anything back. Let it go. Sooner or later it will flash into your mind. Until one looks back on one's own past, one fails to realize what an extraordinary view of the world a child has. There are questions that you don't ask because you're afraid of the answers to them. To count, really and truly to count, a woman must have goodness or brains. What they need is a little immorality in their lives. Then they wouldn't be so busy looking for it in other people's. To rush into explanations is always a sign of weakness. When engaged in eating, the brain should be the servant of the stomach. There is no greater mistake in life than seeing things or hearing them at the wrong time. Tea. Bless ordinary everyday afternoon tea. I know there's a proverb which that says, to err is human, but a human error is nothing to what a computer can do if it tries. It is deplorable. To remove all the romance, all the mystery. I continued to do arithmetic with my father, passing proudly through fractions to decimals. I eventually arrived at the point where so many cows ate so much grass, and tanks filled with water in so many hours. I found it quite enthralling. Everybody said, "Follow your heart." I did, it got broken. I married an archaeologist because the older I grow, the more he appreciates me. There are doubtless certain unworldly people who are indifferent to money. I myself have never met one. With method and logic one can accomplish anything. There are many to whom money has no personal appeal, but who can be tempted by the power it confers. The simplest explanation is always the most likely. It is the brain, the little gray cells on which one must rely. One must seek the truth within, not without. If you liked the quotes, let us know in the comments which one is the most relevant these days. Your opinion is very important to us. And if you know someone to whom this video will be useful, then share it with the person to help. And, of course, if you liked the video, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more videos.